What's up, guys? Thought I'd do a movie review, and this is for Peter Jackson's Lovely Bones, which is currently out in theaters. And of course, the movie is set in the early 70s, and in it, this 14-year-old girl who likes to take pictures. One day, coming home from school, she meets this mysterious guy who's also her neighbor, and he shows her this secret clubhouse that he had built for the kids under the cornfield. And of course, he attacks her, and then, of course, she ends up murdered, and she runs not knowing that she's been murdered. And there's this one intense scene where she goes into this house, and she walks into this bathroom, and he's in the bathtub all dirty, getting clean after his attack on her. And of course, she starts to fade away into this mysterious fantasy world where there's trees and lakes and fields. And there's also this one scene where she meets this one guy, which is this foreign exchange student that she was going to meet at the gazebo at the mall. And of course, she sees him at the gazebo in the middle of the lake, which of course she can't get to. And of course, in it, Mark Wahlberg plays the girl's father, who later on in the movie starts to suspect the guy when he develops all of those rolls of film that she had used up earlier in the film. And of course, the girl's other sister starts to suspect him also, and then she breaks into his house. And also, the girl meets this other girl who later it turns out was a victim of the guy, and she also sees other dead bodies. And towards the end of the film, the victims of the guy all go up to heaven. Anyway, it's definitely a little sad in parts, and one little scene that didn't really make sense is when Mark Wahlberg goes after the guy. She sees this, and he winds up in this cornfield, and of course he runs into this teenage couple, and the boy attacks him with a baseball bat. And then of course the ending, I mean, it was okay. I mean, it would have been nice if they had just found her body. I didn't really like the ending where where the guy just dumps her body, which was in the trunk in that salvage dump. Anyway, all in all, not a bad movie. It's more like a date movie. I mean, it's pretty good. It's nothing I'm gonna rush out and buy, and it's not really his best. I mean, to me, his best are the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and of course, Dead Alive and Bad Taste and The Frighteners, and of course the King Kong remake. And like I said, nothing I'm really going to rush out and buy on DVD, but a pretty good movie. And Peter Jackson's a good filmmaker. I mean, he could go back to horror if he wanted to. Just look at Sam Raimi after Spider-Man and The Gift. He went back to horror with Drag Me to Hell, and Wes Craven tried his hand with drama with that Music from the Heart, which I haven't seen and don't want to see. And of course, he tried suspense with Red Eye, I mean, which was okay, but nothing too interesting for me. Anyway, really good movie, but not really Peter Jackson's best, and that's been my review.